I'm here at Bellevue Cemetery in Ontario, and I've come to visit my high school bandmate and friend, Billy O'Neill. So I wanted to tell you how to get here in case you don't know how to get here. You go through the main gate on the side street, and you drive up the main driveway, and you're going to see two parallel roads, one in, one out. So you go up the end road, and on your right side is the Mausoleum. So go to the very north end of this mausoleum, and you're going to see a metal gate and a door that says Bellevue Mausoleum. And they're open 8:30 to 4:30, 7 days a week. Okay, so open the door. I had trouble with this door. If you try the right side, it doesn't work. You have to push the left door. So you come into the very left side section of the mausoleum, and it's got open air roof. So this is partially outside, inside. And make an immediate left turn right up against the gate door. And then if you scroll up all the way to the top, and 3 spaces in from the corner, I'm going to zoom in now, you'll see William J. O'Neill III, 1971 to 1990. So I want to talk about my friend Billy. I met Billy in, I think, the 10th grade, as soon as I started high school at Fontana High School. And he was a rock and roll nut like me. I played drums. I'd never been in an official band, although I'd played around at church and played a lot at home. But drums was my thing. I loved my drums. And I knew I wanted to be in a rock and roll band. And I met Billy and Greg Claxton, Kenny Martinez, and Danny was our singer. And we played our first and only show together at Fontana High School. And it was a lot of fun. We did a cover of rock and roll from Led Zeppelin. We did several originals. We got a lot of pictures taken, and Kenny's picture was in the '89 yearbook. I used to go to Billy's house all the time. We played in his garage. We'd set up and jam our songs, and it was a lot of fun. Billy was always a happy person. He was very nice. He was probably the best temperament of all of us. Super nice guy. Everybody liked Billy. He played a Charvel guitar, a white Charvel. We'd been playing the songs a lot, and I was getting bored, which I tend to do. The one time I showed up to practice, I brought only my snare drum. I was trying to make a point that, hey, if we're not going to play any new songs, I might as well just hit the snare drum and you guys can just keep playing the same thing over and over. But they really knew what they were doing. They wanted to get the songs tight. And I remember Greg, it was so funny. He got so upset at me. And it was a gradual build. At first he was slightly annoyed, and then, how do we play with just a snare drum? And he was right. And I said, well, I'll just hit it on time. You guys play. But the funny thing is that Billy never got upset at all. And I think he even cracked a smile and laughed a couple times at the interaction between me and Greg. Anyway, Billy never, ever got upset about anything. Always happy. Great guy. I miss Billy. He got in a car crash coming down the Cajon Pass. His funeral was traumatic for me. I remember after it was over, I got in my car and I just drove around and cried for, must have been 2-3 hours. Years later now, I can reflect. It's been almost 30 years since Billy died, and I'm thinking about him often, and I just miss him. I wanted to come visit him. And I just found this mausoleum and his site this week. I miss you, Billy. You're a great guy and a great guitar player. And I really, really would have liked to seen what you and Greg could have done together further down the road, playing together as a group. I wanted to tell you something that they did that I think was really cool. They buried Billy with his guitar. A lot of other things his friends put in there with him. I think that was really fitting that Billy took his guitar with him. And only musicians can relate to the type of feeling that you get when you are in tune with your instrument. And we all felt that. Billy playing with you was electric and awesome. Our band was called Just Us, Justus, Just Us instead of Justice, which is kind of corny looking back on it. Billy and Greg came to the house and my mom was there. We got to visit with both of them for quite a while. And it was a really nice visit. It turned out being, I think it was 1 or 2 days maybe, before Billy had the accident. At the time the Gulf War started, everybody in my age group was thinking that if this escalated, there could be a draft. And we were worried about it. There was a lot of guys thinking, maybe I'll get called up to go fight in Iraq. I expressed how I was a little worried about it, and I think so did Greg. The odd thing about it was that Billy said, "I'm ready to go." And that phrase has stuck with me for all these years. After he got in the accident, a few days later, my mom said the same thing that I was thinking to me. She said, "We just talked to them." And she said that Billy said he was ready to go. And I said, I remembered that too. It was also kind of peaceful in a way because there was no worries about Billy. He was comfortable where he was at. And I'd heard that he had always said that he was going to go before his mom because he couldn't bear to be without his mom. So somehow Billy knew that he was going to go before her. And he didn't have any fear. He was comfortable where he was. And that gives me peace, and always did. Please don't fall over. I think I have enough there to lift it. Okay, it took some effort to get these flowers up there, but I wanted to tell you another story. We drove down the street to the 99-cent store after talking to some people here about where you can get permanent flowers. And we walked into the store, and on the radio in the store was Fleetwood Mac's "Every Once in a While, Think About Me," followed by the next song was "Everlasting Love." You rocked, Billy. Miss you, man.